Okay, so I'm going to take you through a progression of hip hitch or hip hike isometrics, and there's 3 levels to this. Okay, so I want you to start on level 1. When you can comfortably do level 1, you're going to progress to level 2, and when you can comfortably do level 2, you're going to progress to level 3. Okay, so level 1 is I'm going to stand facing the wall. I'm going to have my hands on the wall just for balance. Okay, I'm not leaning into the wall, I've just got my hands there for balance. I'm going to have a slight bend in my knees, ever so slightly, and I want to feel the pressure in my feet. And I want it to roughly be around the midfoot, so not in the toes, not in the forefoot, more basically under where the top of your shoelaces would be here, directly under there on my feet. Okay, so that's where I want the pressure. So I'm here, slight bend in the knees, I get that pressure in my midfoot, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to ever so slightly now lift my left leg off the floor. Okay? To do that, I need to just gently tilt my pelvis. So if you watch my hands, I go from a level pelvis to a slightly tilted pelvis. We're not doing this big movement where I've got this huge tilt. It is just floating your foot about a couple of centimeters off the floor. So now I've got fully my weight on this right leg, my left leg is just floating. So this is level 1. And I want you to hold this for about 30 to 45 seconds. Level 2 is you're going to maintain that hold on the one leg. You should feel your glutes working pretty hard after a while. We're now going to add in what's called a toe tap. So I'm just going to tap my foot on and off the floor, my toes on and off the floor in front of me, okay? So if I show you, I'm going to now balance on my left leg, hands on the wall, slight bend in the knee. I'm just going to lift my pelvis a little bit so that my right foot comes off the floor. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tap my toe back and forth in front of me as I maintain this hold. I look straight ahead, I maintain my posture, but now we're just adding a little bit of perturbation to the pelvis on this side. Okay, so that's level 2 of this isometric progression, is the toe taps, toe tapping forward and backwards. Level 3, once you've got comfortable at that progression, is I'm now going to turn side on to the wall. I'm going to be working the leg that's furthest away from the wall, and the same cues apply. I'm going to look straight ahead of me, have a slight bend in my leg, and then I'm just going to ever so slightly tilt my pelvis so that my left leg is now floating a few centimeters off the floor. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently swing this leg forward and backwards. So now my leg, my right leg, my glutes all around this area are having to stabilize my pelvis as the other leg swings backwards and forwards. You can even add an arm swing to that to add even more to perturbation, but now we're mimicking how these muscles have to work whilst we're walking.